everybody, what's going on? Caden Cleveland here with the Oklahoma Senate, and you're joining us for another episode of OK Senate Sit Down. This week we are joined with Senator James Leewright. Senator, welcome to the show here.
Well, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. So this week, guys, what we're going to be talking about is a lot about, your committee, you are the chair of the Business, Commerce, and Tourism Committee here in the Senate. So we're going to be talking a lot about all the accomplishments, all the advancements that the legislature's been able to make in that topic of really just making sure that our businesses are getting taken care of and that they're set up to be as successful as possible. Sound good to you?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Well, guys, hang around. We'll be right back, and we're going to get into some business, commerce, and tourism topics. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, welcome back. As I mentioned before, we're here with Senator James Leewright this week. So Senator, this is your first time here on our Senate Sit Down episode here, or our Senate Sit Down show. Just for the people at home who are watching, they may not know your background. Can you tell us a little bit about the expertise that you bring here to the Senate?
Sure. I had a diverse career. When I first came out of college, I went to work for the Williams companies and worked in energy marketing trading.
Okay.
And worked on the trading desk and then long-term origination and long-term structured deals.
Right.
And then did a change of path about 17 years ago, and started a small construction company and built it up and sold it about a year and a half ago.
Really?
And now I'm devoted to legislative work for my constituents.
Let's go. Absolutely. So you definitely do have a diverse background, which makes a lot of sense, your background leading you into being the chair of our Business, Commerce, and Tourism Committee here in the Senate. Just to kind of turn it over to you, we really wanted to get your thoughts this week on what some of the main accomplishments were that the legislature was able to move forward this year just in that topic. So can you kind of give us some insight on some of the key accomplishments?
Sure. I'd like to start off with one that we call the SALT, the State and Local Tax Deductions. Okay. Back in 2017, there was unintended consequences from the tax reform. And so what we set up is if you're a business with a pass-through, you can actually elect to, at your discretion, to deduct your state taxes from your taxable income, which reduces your overall federal tax income.
Gotcha.
It's good for the state because there's no cost to the state. We actually will receive our money 30 days quicker.
Really?
The March 15th deadline versus April 15th.
That's good.
And
right?
it saves our business owners money that they'd be paying towards taxes.
Gotcha. So that one's House Bill 2665, I think.
That's
is
correct.
The number. And what I really liked about that one is it's really looking out for the interest of small businesses here in Oklahoma, making sure that they're taken care of and they can utilize as much of their revenue and profits as possible, right?
That's correct. And then reinvest it back into their business,
Absolutely.
into the state. And it's a win-win all the way around.
Which only helps them grow, create more jobs and everything like that.
Absolutely.
So that's perfect. Absolutely. So another one that I wanted to ask you about was one that had quite a bit of attention this year, and it's the auxiliary container bill that was ran this year, and I think you were the author on it.
I was.
Can you kind of tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. That's actually one of those pieces of legislation that got a lot of news about it. But for the state, it's going to be an incredible piece of legislation going forward, especially when we're attracting manufacturing and distribution centers. And as we've seen, Oklahoma is primed to be set up for a major distribution center. But basically what the gist of the legislation is it keeps municipalities from banning or taxing containers that products are shipped in or delivered in.
Right.
The reason this came about is kind of twofold. In California, they started trying different groups to ban plastics and cardboard and styrofoam, and wasn't really getting that accomplished at the state level.
Okay.
So what they started doing was going around in municipalities, and they would have large protest groups show up at city council meetings and demand that they would ban cardboard.
Okay, gotcha.
And what happened across the state, it created this huge hodgepodge of different regulations and tax structures. So you can imagine if you're distributing a product, especially food products, into the state, you're having to rethink how you're going to deliver that product.
That changes everything, right? Yeah.
Or you may elect to not even deliver it.
Wow.
At the very least, the cost of your product's going to go up, and then that goes down to our constituents. So we started running that 2 years ago, made it through the Senate, and with the timelines in the House, it fell short, so we brought it back this year.
Right.
And it's got to the governor's desk, signed. The most important thing I think about this is, if you remember, we had a little small company called Amazon
Yeah.
come to Oklahoma. Well, this was all set forth a few years ago, but since then, like Texas has passed several similar legislation.
Okay.
And so as we're competing against other states, the things that business wants is consistency and certainty.
Right.
That's the two main components they're looking at.
So just kind of looking at the example you gave us for California and now what we have set up, for a business looking out, they're looking for maybe a new distribution center to set up in somewhere in Oklahoma maybe. If you're looking at California, you don't really know what to expect there because different cities have different regulations on different materials. But now in Oklahoma, because of this bill, all these businesses that can set up and create more jobs, more revenue for our state, they know what to expect, which is exactly what businesses want. They want consistency. Absolutely. Okay.
And so I think fruits will be derived from this for years to come.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Another bill I wanted to really get your thoughts on, Senate Bill 720.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Senate Bill 720 is the repeal and replace of the payday loan.
Yes, sir.
Can you kind of give us some insight on that? Because I think this is going to have pretty significant impacts for employees, correct?
It does. And under the original payday lending, the way that structure is set up, it was a one-time payment. And what we could see is they would go around to different offices and take out multiple. And the main thing for me that was concerning is there was no way for someone that didn't have credit to be able to build their credit back up so they could get to a higher tier and a better product.
Gotcha.
And with payday loans being a balloon note, it's not trackable with your different credit reporting agencies.
So it didn't actually increase their credit?
No, so there was no way for them to build themselves out of that lower credit rating. And so what we did is proposed a product where it's a structured monthly payment, it's half the interest rate, there's no fees, there's no weight garnishment, no collateral.
Right.
And they can actually take out one of these loans and pay it back over several months. There's a 60-day forgiveness period, so if there's 1 month where they can't make it, it won't affect their payment schedule. No fees will be attached or additional interest or late charges. And so it allows someone, if they have found themselves where they don't have a good credit score, they can build themselves back up over doing a couple of these loans and work into a better product.
That's perfect. So what I love about that is that the first two bills you mentioned, those are great for companies and making sure that we have new businesses, making our state more attractive for businesses. What I love about this last bill is that it's really looking out for the employee, the current Oklahoman who is working and they're working their way up. This is something that is going to have an immediate impact and help their situation out. Don't you think?
Absolutely, because you can imagine if someone needed a refrigerator and didn't have the $1,000 to go buy the refrigerator and didn't have the creditworthy to have a credit card or so forth, they'll be able now to go out and do that and build their credit up and take care of that situation, and it'll be a win-win all the way around.
Let's go, absolutely. Okay, well, Senator, we're about out of time here, but before we sign off, did you have any other bills you wanted to mention or any other topics that you
I'll tell you, in business and commerce, ever since alcohol modernization, we've done 30 to 40 bills every session just on unintended consequences.
Okay.
One of the ones I ran, and I think it's going to have a huge impact that gets overlooked sometimes, is the unintended consequences to golf courses and marinas.
Okay.
So how we set it up is you can have a mixed beverage license, and you can get a rider attached to that, so that now a golf course or marina can have their mixed beverage license, but they can also, if you want to be on a golf court and buy 2 or 3 unopened beers, you can take those with you on the golf course, or if you're out the lake and you go into a marina, you don't have to drink it there on premise. You can take it with you.
So that's just one of those things that, with big changes like alcohol modernization, I mean, obviously there's going to be those things that just need to be adjusted or need to be updated along with those. And this is kind of one of those things, it sounds like. Okay, gotcha. So it's making sure that these golf courses and marinas are put on the same playing field almost.
Absolutely.
Gotcha, okay. Well, Senator, thank you so much for just taking the time to update us all. This is a very important topic. I know just to Oklahomans, just to make sure that our businesses and our employees just throughout the state are being well taken care of. And we just want to thank you so much for all your hard work and making sure that they're looked after.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank it's not me that all does it. I've got an assistant,
Oh, yes.
Cheryl, that boy, if it wasn't for her, I'd be lost. So
Absolutely.
big shout out to Cheryl.
Cheryl, you're awesome. Absolutely. And guys, thank you so much for joining us this week. I hope you've been able to learn a little bit about what Senator Leewright has going on, all the work that he's been putting in and the legislature's been able to pass this year, all the accomplishments for business and commerce and tourism. And really, it's just a huge thing for our state to make sure that our businesses and employees are looked after. So, Senator, thank you again for all your hard work.
You bet. Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
And we will see you soon with another update. And see you later. Bye, guys.